Okay. And hello, everyone. I discussed with my partner on a law case and in divided into the case title and fact and header and the application of the law. And my group members are Zhu Xingquan, Wang Jiawei, and Cui Rangbin and me. Okay. I talked the case title and the fact. And the case title is the diverse contractors limited with the firm Urban District Council, 1956 AC 696. Okay, next is the fact. Okay, fact is appellant the tender for the contract with the respondents of to building the 28 house for 8 months. The tender was accompanied by the data which stated that the tender was subject to a court supplies for materials and labor when required to carry out the working within the time with the specified. Later, the appellants entered into the contract with the respondents to build the house at the fixed price, subject to center adjustments. The contractor incorporated a number of the preliminary documents listed the clause. The tender was specified to be one of the, but the latter was not. Due to many to the lack of the scared labor, the work took 22 instead of 8 months. The appellants were paid the fixed price plus the stipulated increase and the adjustments. However, they claimed that they were entitled to more money and on the best of the courting merit. And the appellants also argued that the price in the contract was not binding either because it was subject to an overriding condition content in the letter, or due to the delay in the performance of the contract due to the shortage of the labor, which is frustrated the contract. The defendants appellants contended that their construction contract was frustrated because the adequate applies of the labor was not available to it because of the law. Okay, next is my partner Wang Jiawei.
My name is Wang Jiawei. So we'll talk about health. The House of Lords held that a contract cannot be frustrated just because it became more onerous and expensive. Such was the risk of entering into a contract. Reed LJ said that it was fanciful to say there was an implied term because people don't make implied terms for unforeseeable events. Quote, in my view, the proper approach to this case is to take all facts which throw light on the nature of the contract, or which can properly to be held to be extraneous evidence relevant to assist in its construction, and then, as a matter of law, to construe the contract and to determine whether the ultimate situation is or is not within the scope of the contract so construed. Appears to me that frustration depends, at least in most cases, not on ending any implied terms, but on the true construction of the contract, reading light of the nature of the contract and of the relevant surrounding circumstance when the contract was made. Pat Redcliffe J. Frustration occurs whenever the law recognizes that without default of either party, a contractual obligation has become incapable of being performed because the circumstance in which performance is called for would render it theoretically different from that which was undertaken by the contract. No hacking forgery winning. It was not this that I promised to do. So next is a application of law. The law is about the word damage. There are 4 tips. The occurrence of such word damage shall be discarded in computing any amounts payable to the contractor and or by virtue of the contract. The article may issue AI requiring the contractor to remove or dispose of any debris or damaged work or to execute such protective work as specified. The contractor shall relate or make good such work damage and shall proceed with the carrying out and completion of the work, and the articles shall grant to the contractor a 5 and reasonable extension of time for the completion of the works. And the removal and disposal of debris or damaged work, the execution of protective works, and the reinstatement and making good of such war damage shall be deemed to be a variation required by the articles. So that's all, and thanks for looking our point.